I was laid off. I'm 51 years old and I am going.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about more order workers are being fired from their jobs. So I've put the stages together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my truths.
I was laid off. I'm 51 years old and I am going to be posting every day until I don't have to go back to work anymore. I've been applying for work for an astronomical amount of time now and there's just nothing and it's super frustrating. I'm 51 years old. I've worked most of my life and I've raised two young boys into men and I am just honestly I'm just tired of applying to work. I have plenty of experience and then not getting ghosted or they decide to put the position on hold, or there's always some excuse or some reason, or their position is all of a sudden like, oh, we're not going to hire for this position anymore. I've applied to lower positions, entry level positions, where they come back and saying, we just don't think you'd be happy because you have, regional management experience and we don't think you'd be happy. And it's like, well, what if I'm at the place in my life now where I really don't want to manage people anymore? I just want to come in and do work. Anyway, I'm kind of at my wit's end. And so I am going to be posting every day until I don't have to put up with that anymore. So I hope you come along this ride with me. And I want to make this happen. I've been wanting to create content and post cute outfits and makeup for over 5 years now. And I guess it's finally time.
So I'm here at the VA again because this is where I work. Change that. I worked past tense because right now it's 2 o'clock and I just got notified that my position is no longer valid. And so I am going to go turn in my laptop and go home. Again, my performance was not good enough, even though when I talked to my boss, everybody I work with, including my boss, absolutely loved the work I was doing. But it was nice being here, helping out veterans every day, day in and day out, and doing a good job for my fellow patriots. It sucks, I'm not a Trump supporter, never have been, definitely never will be. But yeah, this is definitely taking a meat cleaver to the entire federal government. And I know my specific position, I was helping veterans and their families seek end-of-life services, mainly making burial arrangements on their behalf, and actually doing funeral services for them. So yeah, it was actually a rewarding job, and look forward to having a good career doing something impactful. And I guess that's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go turn in my laptop and call it a day. And so I just wanted to say again, thank you, Trump. Thank you, President Musk. Let's make America great again, and fire everybody who is hardworking, somebody just wants to do a good job for the country and be a good employee and help out. So, yep, going home, and wish me luck in the job hunt.
A lot of people don't know my full-time job has been at Google for the last 7 years, and I got laid off today. And I am still processing that information. And I don't know what to feel. I know I'll be fine. I'll be fine. The severance was good. But I have been working on the same project for 7 years. And while I'm upset, I am looking forward to starting on something new. It was a bit abrupt. I didn't even get to say goodbye to my team. My accounts just all got logged out. I got an email from HR about 2 hours later with my severance email, kind of asking around. It seems like maybe 20% of my team was let go. And I don't know. It's shocking. If anyone else from Google sees this, contact me. We have a Discord for all the former employees, and we're hoping to meet, chat, talk about the good times. But if you work for Google and you follow me, hit me up. My DMs, they allow people to now message me, so just send me a DM.
Hi, my name is Cassie. Today marks exactly 6 months since I've been laid off from my corporate job. And I'd like to talk about it because it feels like everybody is laid off right now. To date, I've applied to over 350 jobs, and I've had 5 recruiters respond. The one thing I'm really good at is looking at trends. So I've been tracking job trends, unemployment trends, hiring trends for a while now, even before I got laid off. And I think people would agree. Here's what I'm seeing. So the number one thing is the number of remote jobs has decreased a lot since the beginning of the year. And then I'm also noticing that since second quarter has started in April, I am not seeing that many new jobs getting posted. I don't know if it's just in my world and the work that I do, or if others are feeling this way too. Makes me really nervous because layoffs are still happening. People are still very much unemployed. And then you have people who are employed who want a new job for many reasons. So the market is not only saturated with unemployed talent, but the market's also saturated with employed talent that wants to make a change. So I don't know. What is everyone else doing to stay sane in this market? Because I go on LinkedIn, I go on Indeed, I check job specific, like company specific sites that I know, places I'd want to work for, to see if they have any openings, check in with friends that I know that work at companies that I'd want to work for to see if they have had any openings, just to see what's out there. And it's been really tough. I knew it was going to be hard, but I never imagined it would be this hard. It's just been really demoralizing and stressful and also a bit boring. I don't know how to use up my time some days because there's just not enough to do. I don't know what other sites to look for, things to do. There's only so much networking I can do. LinkedIn's also kind of a cesspool now. Like it's all just kind of like, awful. So what do you think?
Here's the reason I decided to start an online business. So last year I was laid off after being employed for 18 plus years. I'm 52. I had no savings, no retirement. Why? Because I lived for every penny. Every paycheck went towards my household, my kids. I had to keep my kids fed, groceries, utilities, rent. Even with my husband, he had to get a second job. It was never enough, guys. And I knew that I couldn't go back to that again. I could not go back to another job only to sacrifice more time with my family and never having enough money to do any things we love to do. So I looked online last year. I found a program. I plugged into the training and it's taught me high income skills. It's taught me how to utilize a 2-hour workday where now I have my time back to make 100% profit, daily pay. So I want to share this with you. If you're the mom or dad struggling living paycheck to paycheck, put the word ready down in the comments so I can get this blueprint to you.
All right, tell me you practice age discrimination when you're interviewing people without telling me you practice age discrimination while you're interviewing people. Here we go. If someone says you may be overqualified for this role, that's a checkbox. If someone says, how do you feel about working for someone much younger than you? That's checking a box. And finally, if they say, we're looking for someone who can grow with the company, that's the third box to be checked.
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Other workers are being laid off or fired from their jobs. So it's so painful to see this is happening to other workers. So people worked faithful at companies for decades, 20, 30, even 40 years, guys. And suddenly being fired or let go under the restructuring, budget cuts, or automation. So these are not people who were slinking or underperforming. These are individuals who showed up early, stayed late, trained new hires, and often sacrificed their healthy and family time just to keep the company running smoothly. And now, just like that, they're being replaced or ignored. So what's worse is that the silence itself. It's like no one wants to talk about it. There's a quite shame in being over 50 or 60 and suddenly unemployed. Okay, the job ads are full of they want energetic, digital native, or fast-paced environment or coded language to me. We want someone young. Even if other workers apply, they often ghosted or told they are overqualified, which really just means the company is not willing to pay for experience. It's heartbreaking because it feels like all the time, all the loyalty meant nothing. So there's also the emotional toll which comes with it. Losing a job at the age is not just financial blow, it's personal. It attacks your identity, your confidence, your purpose. Many of these workers built their lives around their careers. They sent kids to school, paid off homes, and supported their families, all based on the assumption that their job was secure. Then one day, HR calls you in and it's over. No fanfare, no celebration of your contribution, just a final paycheck and thank you for the service. This kind of treatment is not just unfair, it's cruel, guys. We live in a society that idolize youth and innovations, but forget the wisdom and thin lines that older generation bring. People over 50 are often still raising children, helping their grandchildren or supporting aging parents. They're not done, far from it, but they're being treated like they've already expired, like they're a burden instead of an asset. It's also important to talk about the reality of starting over when you're older. It's not the same as being laid off in your 20s or 30s. You can't just pivot to a new career or move in with your parents. You have a mortgage, medical needs, sometimes even debt from helping your kids. You don't have the luxury of time or energy to go back to school or start from scratch. And when you do apply for lower level jobs, employees often assume you are bored or leave a I'll leave as soon as something better comes along. And yet, despite all this, many older workers keep going. They take on freelance work, gig jobs, or part time roles just to stay afloat. They downside their hustle, they adapt. But let's be honest, this is not how it should be. No one wants to spend their life hard working should end up feeling discarded or ashamed or despite. We should be honoring their experience, not pushing their edges. Companies need to take responsibility for how they treat other workers. It's not just legal issue, it's a moral one. And society has a whole needs to shift the way we view aging at work. Other workers bring mentorship, insight, and deep of knowledge that can be taught in a classroom or coded in an app. They deserve to work with dignity, to retire with peace, and to feel valued, not cast aside. So, if you're watching this video and you're going through it, if you've been laid off after a decade of your service, I want to let you know it's not your fault. You didn't fail, the system failed you, and your experience is your journey. Your strength is still matters. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Let's keep the conversation going because this is not just a story, this is happening to millions of people. So I've seen other workers like coming online, expressing themselves. I've been laid off. Just imagine you're 50 years. Put yourself in these shoes. You're 50 years and someone just laid off from your job. Who's gonna hire you? Like, you know how difficult it is, right? At this point where jobs are very hard to find, like even for younger generations. If you apply for a job, I've seen videos, okay, I've made videos also where someone saying 1000 applications but they only get like 9 responses, and these responses when they have an interview, all of them they are ghosted, or maybe they just received an email saying you've been rejected, you know. And it's not easy at all. If the younger generations are having difficulties, what more someone who is at 50? And these people, they've worked their whole life. Some of these people, they've worked in companies for 25 years, 22 years. All those years, you can't just be loyal to a person, you know? Because they were told that when you're being loyal to a company, the company is going to be good with you. Like these people are told when you go to school, everything is going to be fine. You're going to have a good job. You're going to have homes. You're going to have a nice car. But the American dream is not what you think at this point. Like everything is just messed up. People and credits, they're paying their student loan. Even I was so surprised, someone in their 50s are still paying their student loan. Like, this is a new normal now in America. Like, just imagine this thing. Like, it's not, I don't know how I can explain to you guys, but I think you get it, because things are not going the same. People are going homeless every day. So if you fire someone who's at 50, how do you manage? Like, how do you think they're going to pay their bills? And how is their mental health? Have you tried to check on them, because they're stressing a lot? So everything is sour, and we are praying for the better country, and we are praying for more, like, more laws, like they should protect people from their jobs. We need job security, because people are losing their jobs. Like, a company can just wake up today and tell you you've been laid off, just like that. Like, as if you've not you've not worked for these people for a long time. Like, it's just the new normal. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.